While we're waiting for the base overlay pieces to dry, I'll move on to the skeleton frame. So you've got your two side pieces and your two end pieces. Now the side pieces have engraved doors, a double door one end, a single door on the other. So these will be facing outwards. We do not need to prime the exterior of this because we will be cladding this in a brick later, so it doesn't need any priming. On the other side, we need to paint this in the colour of your choice. Now I'm going to be doing this a white interior. You could do grey, do whatever colour you like. So this is the side we need to do. So we need to paint these inside. Doesn't matter what sides of these you do because they're both exactly the same on the inside and out, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go into the garage and prime those, allow those to dry, and I'll come back and show you. They'll most probably need a couple of coats. The first coat won't adhere great, and then what I tend to do is just give it then a light sand and then give it a base coat, top coat basically, and that will adhere quite nicely, ready for when we come to add our roof trusses and also our hexagon framework that needs to go inside. Back from the garage, these skeleton framework has now had two coats of white paint. Happy with that, and just put it together on the base and added some Tamiya masking tape around the corners just to see it, make sure it all fits nicely. That's a spare overlay base, just making sure that that fits. So our next job is to grab hold of these hexagon frames in the little template. They are held on by a few little tags here and there. I have engraved a line on the sides of the cards on the tops, bottoms and sides, so you know where you need to add your blade. Take them out, be gentle, careful with them. It is made of mortarboard, so they will bend, they won't snap. And then you need to paint these in the color of your choice. I'm going to do them in a black so it contrasts nicely with the white paint. They then need to be added to the top of the skeleton sides, matching and flush with the top of that. Once we've done that, then we can think about adding the roof trusses, but again we've yet to approach those doing any priming or painting yet, so still plenty to do. So I'm going to take these into the garage and paint these black. When they're dry, I'll come back and fit those to the skeleton sides. Our next job is to glue the hexagon frames to your skeleton side, and they need to go right at the top flush, and they'll fit from end to end. And at the top, I'm just going to get a piece of MDF and make sure that obviously when I put them on, they're flush with the ends. So all I need to do is turn these over, add a small amount of glue. I'll most probably use the dabbing method again. They don't need a huge amount of glue. They'll be protected by the roof supports when they're in position. So I'm going to glue those in place, and I'll show you when that's done. And there we have our hexagon frames glued nicely to the sides of the skeleton frames. I use the Deluxe Materials Glue and Glaze for this one because that allows a little bit of movement, so you can slide it along and just move it. And obviously I used my bit of MDF to make sure it was flush with the ends. So that's all done. We obviously still need to be adding the internal breeze block brickwork, but we won't be doing that yet. We need to rely on the base being in place to mark, and we've also got to do the roof trusses that go alongside, which will be our next job. So we will move on to that and show you what to do. So your roof supports, trusses, whatever you want to call them, will be encased in this MDF to protect them because these are extremely fragile. There'll be a piece of paper on there saying handle with care, fragile, or something to that effect. You need 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 roof trusses in this pack. You'll get 8, so you will get 1 spare just in case. Now please note, these are extremely fragile. You need to handle these with care, especially when you come to paint them, because obviously we're going to need to paint both sides and we're going to do one side at a time. So again, this is where we need to use a low tack masking tape, i.e. Tamiya. A normal standard masking tape, you're going to most probably end up breaking them and contacting me for replacement. So a low tack and very little in the way of holding them on. Now obviously when you come to paint them, we need to do these very carefully. You don't want these blowing away. I have made the roof structure onto the sides of the down supports a little bit more strength, so hopefully you won't break any of these. I haven't done on my previous demo pre-production model that I did ages ago. Didn't break any, and these have been amended to be stronger. So all we need to do is take these out of our plates and put them onto some MDF block of wood or whatever, tack them down just slightly, maybe on the corners, and then you need to prime these in the color of your choice. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to be doing a grey primer, and that's the color I'll be leaving them. So once I've primed them, I'm not going to be painting them because they'll look just as good. On the holes of the skeleton frame, now I have allowed a little bit of extra depth because 2mm MDF can sometimes go up as high as 2.24, and obviously by the time you've added some paint on both sides, you want to make sure you have a gap. So when you get your roof trusses out, just make sure they fit. If they fit nicely and they're loose, you know you can paint them, and you can paint the end noggins that go in these holes. If they're tight, then you need to mask up those noggins that go into there. Hopefully that all makes sense. But I've checked mine. I put them back in here just to show you, and mine are quite loose. So I'm going to paint the whole of the roof truss. I'll paint one side on all of them, allow it to dry thoroughly, take the masking tape off extremely carefully, most probably use my tweezers to pick them off, and then obviously remask and do this other side. Then we'll be in a position to come back and start fitting these. So let's go and do the framework, but I'll get them out and show you. So this is what they'll look like when you open that top part of the MDF. They are encased in the template, so for transportation, hope they're not going to get damaged. We've learned a lesson, and so no, so far so good on these. And then when you take them off, obviously then they'll look like this. So all you need to do is to prime and paint these. But again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm only going to prime these because I'm going to do them in grey. Now if you can do them in a different colour, it might be wise to prime and paint them. I'll leave that entirely up to you. But I'm going to be priming all these, so I'll get my sheet of MDF, put these on there, and then we'll go down and give these a coat of primer. That's how I've masked them up, just tiny bits of Tamiya masking tape at the bottoms, just to keep them in position. I'm going to give them a coat of paint, allow it to dry thoroughly, because obviously I don't want to break these, and allow it to dry, so then I can just pick them off with some tweezers, re-mask and do the other sides, and then they'll be done. So we'll be off into the garage shortly and give them their coat of primer on this side.